Now in the studio, we're about to be blessed with a very special performance, a very unique interview.
They're not entirely happy about sitting there in those, I'm just going to say. It's been more than 30 years since the legendary Whoopi Goldberg delighted audiences with the first Sister Act film, and that was just the beginning.
Yeah, Sister Act, the musical, has already proven itself a hit. It's now back with an all-star cast leading...
Does it? It just
you
doesn't.
say feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. I mean, the things we do for our art. Look at us.
Yeah. For their art,
At least
ladies and
Bev hasn't
gentlemen.
had to wear this thing.
Yeah. But you were saying you do sometimes keep a biscuit tin under there if you fancy one.
Well, that would be telling.
OK, a little snack to keep you going.
This is, of course, the holy trinity of stars that we
Lovely
have
to have
on our
them here.
couch this morning. Ruth Jones, Leslie Joseph and Beverly Knight.
Good morning to you all.
Good morning. Good morning.
Now, I assume this is the first time you've done an interview. It's the first time I've interviewed
Dressed as a nun.
3 nuns,
Yes.
regardless of actually their religious heritage.
That's a nice way of putting
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Very nice way of putting it. Does it make you want to be more naughty? It would me. If I was dressed as a nun, it would make me.
Well, we are sometimes quite naughty. Well, not so much on stage, but
are?
that. Well, am I?
And you
Is she?
are. I behave perfectly, can I just say?
But you've already had, what have you had, a week of performances so far?
And it is going, I can't tell you, 2,000 packed people every night, standing on their feet. It's just glorious.
They love it, don't they?
They're absolutely
We
do.
love it and they love it, and that's the point.
Yeah, it's a really wondrul show.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying it, obviously I'm biased, but it is, the cast are fantastic. The crew who, you just dropped your little...
You've lost your...
Oh,
yeah.
the pop shield's gone again.
The crew who put it together, everybody, and it gives such an uplifting experience.
Yeah.
I think we all say this.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
In this day and age.
I think the one word people use is joyous. Whenever
Yes.
you ask,
Yeah.
what did you think?
Yeah.
It was joyous. And at the end, when they're all standing up doing this, and
Oh,
just-
it's wonderful.
glorious.
Yeah.
We look out and that's what we see.
Yeah.
And that gives us our internal joy, and we can
Yeah.
translate that to the audience,
Yeah.
which is why we're there.
We love it. It's been joyous listening to you rehearse this morning, and the performance for everybody later they're going to absolutely love. But you girls have done this for a while. You've been there, but this is your debut, though, right?
It's my
Ruth, in
musical theatre
your musical
debut,
theatre
right?
debut in the
Yeah.
West End.
darling.
I do not pretend to be a singer or a
But you
dancer.
can sing, but you
Well,
can
I
sing.
can hold
yes,
a
you can.
tune.
Yes, you can.
They're very kind. They're very kind.
I thought
paid them.
everybody in Wales sang. I thought that's the
Well,
thing.
yeah,
no.
we all have a
It's
go.
part of the religion.
We have a go. We sing hymns.
Yes.
No,
And rugby songs.
Cultural,
Yeah, of
rugby
course,
songs. Yes, exactly. But no, it is my first time, and I'm just having the best time ever. Honestly, because I'm working with such lovely people, and they're all so supportive and patient, and everyone works as a team.
Yeah.
And I've really not seen that as much as in other things. People just really work.
But it's
together.
very much about that. It's about two worlds that collide and become a community.
Yes.
And that's what the show's about, and that's what the company's about
Yeah.
as well, actually.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your characters? Beverly, you played Dolores,
I do. Made
the
famous, of
nightclub
course.
singer.
Yeah, by Whoopi Goldberg, made her famous.
Yeah.
She witnesses her boyfriend, played beautifully by Lamar.
Yeah.
She witnesses him gun down an informant, and she has to hide from him. And of course, she disguises herself as best she can in a nunnery where she comes into
Contact with us.
contact
Yes.
with Mother Superior, Mary Laz, and all the other nuns. And in so doing, she discovers a lot about herself,
She does.
but helps the nuns on their singing journey.
And opens the door, actually, from the convent slightly and shows them what life is like outside. I play Mary Lazarus, who's a very old, curmudgeonly nun who finds
Funny.
joy. Yeah, she's reasonably
She's very
amusing.
funny.
And the voice as
And,
well.
yeah,
Look out
but
for the
she
voice.
found,
later.
she finds joy suddenly when this person comes into her world and says, "Would you like to be a funky bass?" And
I love it.
that
Funky
suddenly
bass.
the doors open and that's it. She's reborn.
Who
And
doesn't want to be
boy,
a funky bass?
Is she a
It's a
funky
funky
bass?
bass.
She's a funky bass.
She's a
Very
funky bass.
And then the Mother
and I
Superior.
play Mother Superior, who so it's set in Philadelphia, and there were a lot of Welsh people actually emigrated to Philadelphia back in the day. They nearly called it New Wales.
Did they?
Yes,
True.
yes. And they've got number plates.
Every day's a school day, Leslie.
My brother sent me a picture of a car number plate. It's got a Welsh flag on it.
Oh, my goodness.
So this is why my Mother Superior is Welsh. No other reason.
no other reason at all. Absolutely not.
Convenient.
And she doesn't respond well to Dolores coming in because she wants to keep things as they are. But I always think this is a little bit like a sort of a musical theatrical version of Wife Swap. So, you know, what Dolores brings into the convent
It's interesting.
Well,
Go on,
but
very
it's
interesting.
like the two worlds, isn't it, colliding?
Yeah, it is.
But I think in the end, Dolores learns something from Mother Superior. Mother Superior certainly learns from
Yeah, she
Dolores,
does.
and she softens her up a bit. And they, you know, it's a really lovely story,
Yeah.
actually, isn't it? Of these
It's
two
got
worlds.
heart. It's not just funny. It's not just what you. It's got heart.
Yeah,
It's
there's
got
a lot.
real
There's,
heart.
the humanity of it
Yeah.
is right at the nub of it, where people learn so much about themselves and learn about how to embrace
Yeah.
each other's differences and
Yeah.
yet retain who they are and still move forward.
And that song,
it's great.
we're just here to spread that love all
All
around.
around.
Spread the love. I can't
The
believe-
other thing it has is a very big strong female
Yes,
cast.
it
A
does.
lot of the
Yay!
nuns,
Yeah.
the sisters,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
house over
yeah.
there who are going to be for me later. That must be lovely, Leslie,
is
having a cast that
fantastic.
is significantly the vast majority.
We have got wonderful men in the cast. We've got
We
Clive
do.
Rowe, we've got Lamar, we've got the wonderful men, but it is fabulous. And women of a certain age as well.
Oh, yes.
That's
So
really brilliant.
that is-
that I love.
Yeah.
It's representative of women at every stage. That
You've got to control your pop.
I've got to control this. It keeps leaping off my cheek.
flying off.
that funky bass.
It's just wonderful. It is the resonance. It's just wonderful to see. You know, you have women who are much more mature and women who are younger, all coming together, all celebrating
Yeah.
the
learning off each
sisterhood
other.
together. It's brilliant.
And you went method for this as well, Leslie, didn't you? Because you actually met the big man himself.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
I did. My friend, the Pope. We did a pilgrimage for the BBC, going from the Swiss Alps into Rome. We walked into Rome, and then we had half an hour with the Pope.
Wow.
And I did actually bless him. I know. I just did, because I told. There you are. There I am. I
you
went
tell
through
him
the
you were
whole
in Sister
monologue
Act,
about
or-
being 72 and all of that, and he burst out laughing and said, "You don't look 72." And then at the end, he came round, he hugged me, he kissed me, gave me a medal to celebrate 6 years in the papacy, and then he burst out laughing again and said, "You still don't look 72." At which point, I put my hand over his and said, "Bless you." There we
The
are.
Pope was blessed by Leslie.
I tell you what, he'd have been a fan of Birds of a Feather.
He would have
Dorian
been, that's
blessed
what they
me,
all
I'd have
said.
been
I love
butter in
it.
your hands, Leslie, as you know only too well.
It's
so lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for coming in.
absolutely. And you're going till June 8th, and it's
At the
good
Dominion.
for all the family, right?
Yes.
Actually
And the
going
show
through
is going through to
longer
the end
than
of
that. The
August.
show's going to
Oh.
the end of August.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Our wonderful
Burke will
Beverly
take over
goes.
Gotcha.
from me
Gotcha.
on June the 8th. Then Alex comes in and puts on the wig and the
Yeah.
crazy makeup.
Assumes the position
Sure
and
does.
praises the Lord.
We can't wait to take... So, look, they're not just dressed up for our
No.
own enjoyment. They are, although I have enjoyed it. They are going to be performing for us along with the rest of the cast here, and honestly, you're going to absolutely
Yeah,
love
you
it.
are.
Just like they said, it's going to share a bit of joy. It's a joyous experience, and we've got more of that
Absolutely.
coming up. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks, ladies.
They finished
Thank
really
you.
late last
Thank
night
you.
as well. They
And
finished,
they're
they
here.
came off stage about 10:30, something like that.
Yeah, singing first thing
Very
in the
lucky to
morning.
have them.
I'd rather go. Julie Richardson, star of Netflix's One Day and The Gentleman, and Disney Plus's upcoming Renegade now, joins us now.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
What a start to the year. I mean, you couldn't pack any more in, could you?
Yeah, but the funny thing is, it was like years. It was a couple of years' work that just all came out at the same time.
They're like buses, these massive hit shows, aren't they? You wait for years to one come, and I'll get 3 at the same time. Let's start with One Day, Jodie,
One Day,
which
yes.
has just been extraordinary. Obviously,
Yeah.
much anticipated because of the success
Because of the book.
of the book.
yeah,
Did you know
yeah.
the book before?
I did know the book and I seen the film, but I somehow thought it would work best as a series. I mean, I'm just a tiny part of it, and it was just really fun. Leo, as we were just saying,
Yes.
Leo and Ambika are just stupendous, and I thought that one would be a hit because it's a love story, and you know we all love love stories.
There's always that concern, though, isn't it, where you take a much beloved work of art, which was a book beforehand,
Yeah.
and then turn it into something else that people might feel like perhaps it hasn't been sort of hasn't been delivered on. But
Yeah, there's a lot of expectations.
Yeah, the response to it must have been extraordinary.
Yeah, I think because Leo and Ambika are just so fresh. And then our episode was really fun because it was comedic.
Yes.
And ridiculous. And now I get all these texts saying, you know, are you there, Moriarty? And Moriarty, where are you? And it's lovely that that's become a catchphrase.
It's so great. And then the new series, The Gentleman, it was actually Ben that turned me on to it. He's like, Deeley, you have to watch this.
Just sit
it's
down,
amazing.
find some time.
Yeah.
It's so it's right up my sweet spot.
Sweet spot.
Just in terms of it hits so many.
Yeah.
It hits so many of the things for me. For anybody who hasn't seen it yet, Jolie, just explain a little bit about.
Oh my goodness!
Gentleman.
Can you not explain? Well, it's Guy
difficult.
Ritchie, and it's a crazy gangster. I always say it's Downton Abbey, Peaky Blinders in a blender, The Gentleman.
Yes, that feels like a really good description.
Yeah,
to be honest,
it's simple, isn't it? Yeah.
But it was so funny as well. The writing, I mean, it's very stylised. The characters are amazing. It is a little bit violent and it's got that edge to it.
It's edgy, it's also glamorous, it's ridiculous, and it's also about family, and that's one thing we can all relate to, and dysfunctional family members, etc.
Yeah.
And you saw people are watching a little bit of Vinnie Jones pops up in it as well.
Yeah,
Of course, has been in a
Vinnie.
number of Guys' films over the years, hasn't
Yes,
he? What was it like working with Vinnie?
It was so funny because we couldn't have been more opposite, because I love to rehearse and like get my feet and know what I'm doing, and Vinny's like, all right, come on, lunch, let's go, I want to get home. Like we were saying, he likes his farm, you know?
He loves being on
He
his
just
farm.
wanted to be out there, but I think he's pretending a little bit, because I think he actually is really into it. He's so good in it.
He's brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I think it's the best thing he's...
And then tell us a little bit about the new series that's coming on Disney+, Renegade Now. It's set in 1705.
Well done.
I've been watching
18th
it,
century.
and the lead character is a woman who is a highway woman.
Highway woman.
And she's got special powers. It's sophisticated, it's intelligent, it looks super expensive, the special effects are amazing.
Yes. Well, because you've got Sally Wainwright, the writer, who's sort of goddess of television.
Valley and
Happy
Yes.
Valley, exactly. And then you've got the production values of Disney. And then, like you said, at our centre, we've got this kick-ass, amazing actress, Louisa Harland, who's just perfect. This great cast of characters, like The Gentleman. Everyone's very delineated. It's very funny, it's moving, because it's also about family, and magic. And then these incredible costumes.
Well, I was about to say, you, though, however, seem to play these pearls of a role within each one that are like fun. They're a bit out there, a bit silly. There's loads of costume.
Well, the thing is, I think, you know, when you get a bit older, you know, you get, in my case, you get sort of smaller particular parts, and what I love is characters.
Yeah.
So I really like to find a character. So the voice, where the voice placement is, and then, you know, the look of the character. So like, even those three characters you showed, they're all a bit posh, but they're actually quite different, each one. And that's my joy and my fun with
The
work.
costume in Renegade Now, though, there was there was quite some construction to get into it.
Major construction. Tom Pye, a brilliant costume designer, and Jill Sweeney, who did these extraordinary, like you see in that picture. Yeah, I mean, because I'm really tall anyway, I'm sort of almost 5'10", and with that, it was like another 1.5 feet on top of my head. Corsets, padding. It was a production. I mean, I needed someone else, and I did. Lovely Annie Kanani, who sort of helped me carry the whole thing. So we were a two-person job to manage
Just to get
these
into it and to get the costumes round.
And wasn't it shot on the hottest day of the year as well?
We did film it during the heat wave. And as I say to the Americans, we have no air conditioning in England. So, that was part of the endurance.
Really, that's the thing.
But then again, when you get to wear, like, these extraordinary things, that I'd go for that any day and just kind of manage. They have cooling pads that they put on you, and, you know, lots of fans. And
Jolie, I was fascinated to read that a while back you were questioning your place in the industry, that you felt a little...
Aren't we always?
Well, I guess, but the success and the range of jobs you've done and the experience that you've got, even where you are, you were questioning where you were going to sit.
Well, no,
forward.
it was that my agent that I'd worked with for many years, she retired young to be with her mum. And so I went to get another agent, and it was like, no one wanted me.
Wow.
Yeah, and so even though I'd had like Golden Globe nominations and blah, 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 0 people wanted a woman over 50.
Wow, that
As
says
though you were
something.
like, yeah. So then what we did, you know, my new agent, Sue Latimer, we've been together a few years now, we just started finding little ins wherever we could, you know, doing Sandman, also for Netflix, Lady Chatterley playing the Northern housekeeper, Mrs. Bolton, just like trying to sort of get through the door so people would consider me for roles. And then they started to come, but... yeah.
Because you also took a moment to go into... You were concentrating on theatre for a little while,
Yeah, well, I
too.
think after the Nip Tuck years, I just felt... I just wanted to do something else. I mean,
Yeah.
Nip Tuck was a dream job, but my sister's boys were in America, and I did lots of off-Broadway productions. And so it was like going back to my roots. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And I needed that. It was like a lovely bridge.
Yeah. Well, look, we're thrilled that it's going so well. There's a big birthday coming up, isn't there?
No, next year. Why is everyone like
no. But they
I
are
was
moments.
59 in January. We've got
Yes, so-
most of another year before I get to next January. And shall we... I'll come back and let's talk about it then.
Well, no. But I'm intrigued. No, I'm intrigued. Because I'm 50 in December, so everyone keeps going, you've got a big birthday coming up. So I've got a whole year being 49 first.
I know. So
That-
enjoy 49. And what I say about 50 is 50 is like a thing to get your head round. But the minute you're over that day, you'll settle into it and you'll realise you're free. That's what the last third, I call it, of my life is about. It's about being free.
Being free.
Yeah. No, less worried about what
Yeah.
people think of you, what should I be doing, what is success. You just get to be you.
Do you think there'll be another gentleman?
Oh, fingers crossed.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, we love it.
Can we
so-
petition for it?
Yes,
Can we?
please.
right now.
Anyone
Yeah.
watching, please.
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
All of those shows, if you haven't had a chance to look at them, are well worth it. Renegade Nell is launching...
29th of March.
29th,
of March.
Friday.
Friday, 29th
Premiere
of March.
tonight.
Yeah.
Amazing. Jolie, it's so lovely to see you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for coming
Thank
in.
you.
And we'll see you
Happy birthday
Yes, and you.
next year.
Next year, yes. And you can come in and we can celebrate together.
Okay, well,
Thank you,
a
Jolie.
decade older, brilliant.
And Louis here now. Good morning. Or
morning.
afternoon.
Good
Just made it the
morning.
Good
afternoon.
morning.
You looked incredibly relieved to be out. When it finished.
You have no idea. Back in the real world.
Yes.
It was nothing like I thought it was going to be. It was a lot tougher, and I could cope with the days, but I couldn't cope with the nights.
Well, I read about that.
That's true.
Of you waking up in the night and almost having panic
I was.
attacks in a room full of people.
A dark room.
Yeah.
And it was locked. I couldn't get out. You know, and that drove me crazy for a while.
And you're in a room with a lot of other people that,
Yeah.
that previously, the first 3 weeks, you hadn't known.
There was 12 people, and I was waiting for them to wake up. I was waiting for somebody to wake up every morning for contact.
Lots of people getting in touch with us, Lou, with all sorts of questions.
Oh, God.
Firstly, lots of them want to know, what made you want to do the show in the first place? Daisy Lou said that.
I was asked a few times before, would I do the show? And I always said no. And I said no at the start. And then somebody said, if you don't do this, you're going to be sorry. And I thought, life's too short, I'll do it. I didn't know it was going to be as tough. I really didn't know.
What was it like when Sharon was in the house? That must have been a great... Because she's like your ally. She's a
great fun.
Yeah,
You know
she's
Mrs. O.
brilliant.
And she's fun, and she's not afraid to say what she thinks. But she was in a different bedroom. You know, she had her own little dark room. And then she went after 10 days, and I was fine.
Right.
I was fine. The days I coped with, it was the night time. Was awful.
And when you say it was the night time that you struggled with, was it just you weren't sleeping particularly
I
well?
wasn't sleeping at all.
So then during the day, then you're going to be shattered?
Exactly. You got it.
Yeah.
I was absolutely shattered. And there was a lot of people in there. They were all performing. And I was watching them all performing for the camera. They were all cleaning and cooking food and performing for the camera.
Well, that was...
I didn't want to do that.
Well, yeah, and you didn't.
I didn't.
And they said you were lazy,
Lazy
because
Louis.
you didn't do it. Would you
Lazy.
agree, or...?
I don't cook food much. You know, I wasn't going to
Thank you.
clean up. I was going to sit back and I was watching
Yeah,
them.
but I do the cleaning.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
do,
thing,
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
difference.
you do.
It's not that I'm lazy. I was watching them all performing. It was incredible. They all wanted to win.
Nin says, who was your least favourite housemate, Louis?
Probably the guy that went out first.
Gary.
Gary. I think Gary went
Why?
out first. I didn't get to know him.
OK.
And I didn't see the real person. And we tried to talk to him a bit. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing going on.
Favourite housemate? Who was your favourite?
I liked a lot of them. I have their names here. I liked Marisha a lot. She didn't get the credit she deserved because she's a great, great singer. And she's like Bette Midler.
Really?
You know? Oh, yeah.
Wow.
She's amazing.
You've worked in the entertainment industry for a very, very long time. And there were times when I was thinking, you're chatting about people that you've worked with in a very open way. Did you forget that you were being filmed? Was there sort of...
A little bit. I wasn't being malicious about it. I was just kind of telling me what they're really like. You know, I wasn't being malicious. Nobody's perfect, you know?
Yeah.
And I have worked with people that I've said things about that I kind of regret.
Right.
I do regret that, especially on national, but that's me.
Is that previous to this, or is that during Big Brother?
Generally.
Generally?
It's generally, yeah.
Did you have a game plan before you went in? Were you,
No.
Or had you in your own mind gone, actually, I'm gonna talk about this, but I'm not gonna talk about that, or I'm gonna reveal a bit of this, or let's make it really entertainment. Let's.
I was only going to be honest, as much as I could be.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't want to fake it. I didn't want to do like everybody else was. So I sat back and watched everything, and I was telling Big Brother what was going on. He was really tough.
Really?
It's a lot more tough to be in there than you think.
Can you explain, leaving the sleeping aside, can you explain what you mean by tough? Is it having those rules and regulations to follow? Is it being surrounded by people who are performing? What was tough, Louis?
Everything. You're in a room with 12 people for 3 weeks that you don't know. And they're all acting, they're all performing, they're all saying different things. And you stand there and say, why?
That wasn't a surprise, though, Louis. Had you watched Big Brother before? I mean...
I'd kept my eye on it. But I wasn't like, I didn't know the ins and outs of it.
Okay.
But it's a great show. We were really well looked after. The medical team were incredible.
Right.
Well, incredible. They were behind the scenes and they watched us.
You are always and have always been exceptionally honest. It was a great show and we have loved watching it. It's what makes you who you are.
I think it's an Irish thing.
Do you think it's an Irish thing?
You'd know.
Probably.
Yeah, you know. We tend to say what we feel.
Well, we've got a little VT of some of the things that you said while you were in there.
Oh, no.
You can try and explain these for us as well.
I'll try.
Now, there's lots in there to unpack.
I kind of regret... Listen, Ronan and I is a little bit of panto.
Yeah,
you know?
OK.
Yes.
I loved working with him. He was a great worker.
Yeah.
He's very driven. He's very good.
Very talented.
Yeah, and he sacked me, so... You know, I don't say great things about him, but I don't resent him, and he's good. He's a good person.
Yeah.
So I have to put that out there.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of panto between the two of us.
OK. There's a few other bits and pieces in there as well that you were talking about. I mean, when you look at that back there, Louis, do you think maybe you should have been a bit more cautious?
Yeah, I should have been, but I'm not. And that's what makes the show. You just be honest.
Yeah.
People being honest. You got to tell it like it is.
Yeah.
Has Simon been in touch with you?
No.
Has he not?
No, because it's not his show.
No, I know, but he
But I
would have
love
heard you.
Simon. I love working with him.
Well, you've worked together closely for many, many years, but you're also saying the fix was in. Simon wanted Cheryl to win, so he got a Beyonce.
Well, he liked Cheryl, yeah. And by getting a Beyonce, it was going to... But I like Cheryl, too.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has a good side. I loved working with Carol. I loved working with him, as you did.
Yeah. And what about the Colin Farrell of it all?
That's a true story.
Is it really?
That would happen in the pod in Dublin, yeah. Yeah, because he was always hanging around. He used to teach line dancing. He's a very decent guy. And he's earned his craft.
But not a singer, you were saying.
No, he's not a singer, but he tried it out. He was fun.
He's not a bad actor, though, Louis, and you told him he was wasting his time.
I did. I was wrong. I'm not always right.
Now, we can't ask you about everything, which we would love to, but we're going to respect that. But I do want to ask you and Sharon, would you do more stuff with Sharon? Because what we loved was seeing the two of you back together.
If it was fun. Life is too short. I want to have fun now. I love Sharon. She's an energy. She's a force.
Yes.
She brings something new to everything.
Yes.
I love working with her.
A little bit of Gogglebox with the two of them, watching telly and commenting on the telly.
Maybe.
That could be
I
fun.
don't know. I honestly don't know. It's up to her. I know she's moving back here.
Yeah.
She is, yeah.
She's smart, she's sparky,
She's smart.
she says what she thinks, and the two of you together have
she's
the
not
best...
afraid.
Yeah, you have the best chemistry.
She's not afraid to say anything to
We've
anybody.
had someone's just said, now you've done this, will you be doing I'm a Celebrity?
No.
Thank you
Or Strictly.
very much.
No.
Not Strictly, not none of those.
Now, I actually had a really exciting day yesterday because I got the call to go and sit with none other than Hollywood A-lister Paul Rudd, and, you know, we had a couple of drinks. One thing led to another, and we chatted about his latest film, blockbuster movie, Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. Take a little look at this. Hello? Is anybody there? It's freezing in here. It's absolutely freezing. What's that noise? Is that a ghost? Can someone put on the lights? Oh, you've been there the whole time.
The entire time.
Paul Rudd. Welcome back to This Morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
It's nice talking to you.
We have really blown the budget here. You grab that end, I'll grab this end.
Okay.
We've treated you to your own luge as a nod to the Frozen Empire.
Whoa!
That's This Morning. That's what we're
That's
on
real.
now.
That's legit.
And
That's
I'll tell you,
impressive.
We're even going to put a drink in there for you.
Okay.
Can I get you an iced tea? I know you're a fan of tea.
Yeah.
We could give you a lager, or we could hit the hard stuff, and I could pour you a vodka.
Well, it's your show. What do you choose?
Vodka and Coke. We'll go with the vodka first. Here we go.
Vodka first? Do I
Yeah.
put my cup here?
Yeah. So that is a little vodka for you.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a bit of Coke with that, and then we can conduct the interview.
Okay.
Because this is how we roll. Here we are. There you go. All right. You tell me when.
I'm good.
Yeah. All right. Lovely. Beautiful.
You know, I haven't had breakfast yet.
Oh dear. We're so sorry then, and we're getting you on the vodka already. Sorry about that.
That's good.
Your character, Gary, in Afterlife, he turned into a giant dog. He took on some evil spirits. And then you got it on with your student's mum. What's your character up to now?
When you describe it like that, it seems as if the next thing that I'm up to now would be brutal and horrible. And now I've actually moved in with them. So technically, it was a good move. I'm now living in New York with the family, dating the mom, and fighting ghosts, busting ghosts alongside them.
Judy Spangler, you stay inside this car.
I have a ghost to bust.
All right, that was cool.
Gary, come on.
No, I know, I'm sorry. It's just the way she said it. It sounded cool.
So we've grown up with Ghostbusters, as we all know and love it.
This movie was a major film when I was a kid, and I've grown up seeing it, and to actually now be a part of it is surreal. It's amazing. It's such a trip to put on the suit, to put on a proton pack, but like turn to my right and see Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson and Annie Potts standing alongside doing the exact same thing. It's like stepping out of a movie from your childhood. I mean, I got to drive that car. The Ecto-1 is talk about an iconic vehicle. I actually got to drive it. I got to put it in reverse, which really scared the crew. Because it's a cumbersome drive. It's not easy.
You've got power steering?
No, it doesn't have power anything. I mean, it looks like it should work. It looks like you should be able to capture ghosts and things with all the wires, and it's really impressive. And it's also from the original film.
It's from the original film.
I think that's one of the ones. I think they made like 13 or 14 of them in total. It was very exciting, and one of those things where you think, how cool is this that I'm actually getting to drive this thing?
Well, talking of the original, Slimer's back.
Yeah.
Was he tricky to work with?
Well, I didn't have to work with Slimer, but...
You're enjoying that?
Yeah.
I've got more if you need it.
Terrific.
Right.
Slimer I didn't get to really work with, but I did see the puppet. That's a pretty cool thing that it isn't CG. Slimer's actual puppet, and so...
Hold on, the Slimer's a puppet.
Yeah.
It's not CG. It looks CG though, didn't it?
Well, they add some effects to it.
If you could haunt anybody, who would you haunt?
You.
Me?
Yeah. Because I want to see all these, all these fun interviews you do, and you get to meet all of these people. I would haunt you, but I wouldn't haunt you. I wouldn't make your life difficult.
Well, Paul Rudd, you know we don't like to come to these interviews empty-handed. I have bought you a little present. I've bought you a bust of your face.
Really?
Right? Are you ready for it? Oh dear.
It melted.
It's melted. It's melted. I mean, this would have been your nose. There you go.
I see it. I do see it.
Paul Rudd, thank you so much. You are so lovely. The nicest man in Hollywood. Welcome. Oh, you've just set your nose. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
I love him.
Jose. What a lovely guy.
Do you know what? They all say Paul Rudd is the nicest
Everyone
bloke in
says
Hollywood,
that, yeah.
and I can confirm he actually is. And he's like that off screen as well. He's
You're
just
one of the
lovely.
nicest people in television.
Oh,
but what's
stop it.
interesting about you is after that interview and the junket finished and everyone went their separate ways, well, someone went back into the room and we captured that. Like, can we have a little look as to what she was up to?
If it's good enough for Paul Rudd, it's good enough for me. I've been dying to have a go on this.
Absolutely. Went in and did the vodka luge. Look at her.
Oh, no.
She's still there, no one in the room. Just keep on going.
The thing is...
With a little carrier. There we are.
I've always wanted to have a go on a vodka luge.
Yeah.
You know, drinking on the job and all that. We did it last week. I thought, you know, why
what
bring
were
it
you
up of a lifetime?
Guys, I've just left my bag in now. Just go back. Great, good for you.
There we go. Yeah, it was nice, yeah.
Wonderful.
Now, at just 17, our next guest faced a life-altering challenge when she lost her eyesight due to a rare condition.
Yeah, after struggling with the grief of that and the daunting prospect of navigating a new world, Lucy Edwards found unexpected strength in sharing her journey online.
Yeah, from a viral makeup tutorial that captivated the world to becoming a much-loved beauty blogger with 1.8 million TikTok followers, Lucy has touched the hearts of many, and now she's releasing a brand new book, Blind, Not Broken, and she's here alongside her guide dog, Molly. Good morning to you, Lucy.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Oh, brilliant. And thank you so much for coming on, because I've always wanted to meet you. I've been following you online, and I've always wanted to meet you. Now, Lucy, when you first meet people, you do like them to describe what they look like, don't you?
I do. I love a good audio description, Jose.
Right, OK. So, Dermot, you go first.
Oh, I see.
Go on.
So I have a man... hello. Very nice to meet you. Generic
Sorry,
guy.
guys, I'll put you on the spot.
I've got a kind of light blue T-shirt on and dark blue strides with brown shoes, and I'm hosting this morning on a blue sofa with Miss Josie Gibson.
And so do you know when people ask you to describe yourself, you think, well, what do I look like?
Yeah.
So
who am I?
Yeah, that's what you go through. So Lucy, I'm with you. I've gone copper now, so I've got copper hair.
Babes, we're copper together, copper twins.
And I'm a bit freckly, a bit chunky or hourglass, however you like to describe it. Tall, I'm really tall, and I've got like a snakeskin sort of green top on and some black trousers and some really funky shoes.
Oh, they're lovely.
I quite enjoyed that at the end of it.
Thank you so much. That's really built up a picture in my mind. It's so important because obviously I had vision before I lost my eyesight, and I still want to be in the visual world, so thanks, guys.
And you actually got Ryan Gosling to do that.
I did.
What was that like?
On the red carpet, because I was hosting a premiere, and I was like, babes, could you just, you know, audio describe yourself? And it was just very lovely. I think it breaks down that barrier, you know. Also, I think he gave me a few more questions on the press junket, like, so I was like, oh, Ryan, thank you. And it just got him to describe a bit more about himself. And also, I think you look within yourself and go, oh, what am I wearing? But actually, I've had a good morning too. And this is, I've spilt a little bit of whatever down me and my cup of tea or whatever, and it creates a convo, doesn't it?
Forever the journalist.
Tell us a little bit about for people that don't know you too well, tell us a little bit about your journey then.
Yeah, so I lost my eyesight 11 years ago now, nearly to the day. I have a really rare genetic condition called incontinenti pigmenti. Bit of a mouthful, we say IP, but it runs down the female line of my genes, although my mother isn't blind or anything. So it's really rare. If we look at IP as a whole, it's only really 1,000 people in the world with the condition, and then 5% of those actually lose their eyesight from it. So yeah.
Luce, I mean, I couldn't imagine, you know, because you've had your eyesight and then you've lost your eyesight. What was life like navigating after you've lost your eyesight then? And is that all in the book?
It's all in the book. So, you know, when we think about surviving, not thriving, all my best friends going to university, my boyfriend and now my husband.
He's lovely. I met him earlier. He's so nice.
I just love him. He's my rock. And I just think, you know, back then I was in a dark place, you know, when we think about my mental health, it was at rock bottom because I had to learn how to live again, guys. You know, you have to learn how to pour a cup of tea. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm 17 and I'm learning again how now to like put my toast on. It's all very frightening. And, you know, having my guide dog, and I think, you know, when you hold a guide dog harness for the first time, you're like, oh my gosh, this 2-year-old dog is going to guide me everywhere. I'm used to me, myself and I. So, you know, I didn't really think about the loss of my vision as affecting me, but my sense of self was really shattered. And I was like, the world around me views me so differently now, but I'm just still the same Lucy, and it's so weird, you know?
You did say that your dog Molly would faceplant as soon as you started, and you were not wrong. So, yeah, I can't imagine that level of grief and panic is the first word I put down.
Yeah.
Because you lost your eyesight in one eye, didn't you, when you were younger, and then the second eye went.
Yeah.
How do you get out of that? When do you start to bottom out and you start to approach the world with a bit of positivity? How long did that take, and what were the steps?
I think you swim in a sea of grief for so long.
Yeah.
Like, all of us have that grieving story. It may be in some capacity. Maybe you've lost a loved one. You know, we all understand what grief is like in some ways. But I think in my grief, I just wanted to tell the world that I am capable, I am confident in the end. But I think it was a long time to get there. Yeah, it was a long time to get there. I think, you know, it was telling myself affirmations every day, even if I didn't believe it. You know, it was those 2 years where I did sit in bed with ice cream. It was, you know, thinking about every day as if it was like just a day that I needed to think about positive things, not negative things, about myself.
Do you know what I loved is when I read that you wrote a letter to, and I think we should all do this, you wrote a letter to, like, little Lucy, so you wrote a letter to your younger self. Can you tell us about that, Luce?
Honestly, so at the end of my book, so here it is, I can't believe I'm holding it in my hands. So at the end of the book, I say, you know, I've been through depression, I was diagnosed with depression, I've been on antidepressants, I know what it's like to have mental health, and it's a massive thing, you know, to understand yourself in that way. I still have a psychologist, you know, I deal with a sighted wealth every single day that isn't made for me, but yeah, I wanted to tell those little Lucies, you know, on day one, someone's losing their vision right now today, someone's grieving today, right now, on their day one, I wanted to be their role model because I didn't have one, and I was grieving. And what I want to also say about this book is that I've got Braille on the front cover. I don't think anyone's ever done that before, which is so cool. It's like bringing like the visual world and the blind world together, because that's what I'm all about. And the lovely nav lens code, which you can scan with your phone, and it just tells you a bit of an audio description of the front of the book, which I think is really cool.
What's the process like learning Braille? How tough a language is it to learn?
You know what? I did at school, so I think as a young kid, it's a bit malleable, your brain is, right? But I think having a visual language for me, A, B, C, D, and then kind of learning the tactile version, grade 2 kind of condenses it. So it's like text speak. I can't really get on board with that, but grade 1, because I've got a visual brain. Yeah. It sounds really weird being a blind person with a visual brain, but it is tough to kind of...
And the actual process of writing the book, do you record it? Like, you know...
I type it, so I'm a touch typist. Like, Ollie would come in, my hubby, sometimes in the late depths of the night, because I haven't really ever talked about, you know, the moment that I lost my vision. The consultant, when he told me, like, how many fingers am I holding up, Luce? Like, no one's ever really heard me say that online before, so I was, like, in the corner of my bedroom, like, oh, my God, I've never written this before. And through my tears, I'm like, it's OK, I don't need to see the screen, so I can keep typing. You know, the positives. So.
And I can't have you on without talking about your lovely husband, Dolly. He's so nice, and I've watched podcasts of you two together. He's hilarious. You two together are so funny, but you did do your wedding a little bit differently, didn't you?
Oh my gosh, that was a movie moment for me. Yeah, so walking up the aisle to just Arrival of the Birds, like, that song always gets me, because The Theory of Everything is just a massive film for me, and yeah, Stephen Hawking has always been a massive inspiration. So yeah, up the aisle, we had 3D audio, and he actually my hubby made the track of it kind of crescendoing as I got to the end, so I knew where I was. The scented flowers up the aisle. We're talking about everyone being blindfolded in the audience, and Ollie being blindfolded and then feeling my dress for the first time. Miss Molly having a collar on and a bell so she could hear all my bridesmaids being audio described. It was just
I love the fact Ollie was blindfolded, so we had exactly the same experience as you. It was just beautiful.
Because the blind experience isn't a less than experience. It's like he just sees it as his world too. Yeah, and I feel like we went blind together, and that's probably like a controversial statement, but the emotion of it, because I saw him before I lost my vision. Yeah. Like we just went through it together. Yeah. And Miss Molly had her star moment. I mean, she was matched to me.
I have
because
just seen a picture of her asleep, though, again, at your wedding.
Because she's like, babe, I mean, if the camera's always here, her sparkly collar, that's why she's called Miss Molly, you know.
Lucy, do you know what? I'm so glad I've met you. It's such a pleasure having you on. Blind, Not Broken, out now. Thank you so. You're such an inspiration. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. The Braille copy is also available for the RNIB.
What a marketer! What a marketer! Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Good luck with everything.
He was once known for his luscious locks, bulging biceps and taking on the Travelator.
Now, though, James Crosley, a.k.a. Hunter, has swapped gladiators for gongs. She started a new career in wellness, and he joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, thanks. Well styled.
Thank you very much. So, from pumping iron to pumping gongs, James, what happened?
I went to Bali on a yoga retreat, and I ended up in this gong bath kind of by mistake. I thought it was a tour of a pyramid, because it was a gong bath in a pyramid, and I got in there, and there was all these gongs and mattresses, and I had this gong bath, and I had literally the best sleep of my life. I felt so relaxed, and there was 200 people coming in every hour.
Wow.
And I just thought, there's got to be something in this. And I came back to England, and there wasn't really many gong baths around. And I ended up going to the College of Sound. I studied for 2 years in sound therapy. Lockdown came, and I was playing didgeridoos and chimes just for something to do. And then I ended up only opening a teacher training school to train people to become gong practitioners. And it's really taken off.
So describe to us what a gong bath is and what it does to you mentally.
So you don't get wet, for a start. There's a lot of people, they turn up with towels. Don't worry about that. You're bathing in the sounds and the vibrations. Okay. So all you do is you lay down in a very relaxed, comfortable position. You maybe set an intention for something. You do a little bit of breathing to get yourself into that rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system. And then you just lay there and the sounds wash through your body. Okay. Now, if you imagine the brain waves start to slow down, the vibrations... One of my favourite phrases is the issues in the tissues. You're storing stress, you're storing emotions, and all these things vibrate at a slightly different pace. And what the gongs do, they wash through the body, the lion of vibration, and bring everything up. So this is why you can have such a good night's sleep. You can feel so rested. You can feel stress just disappearing out of your body because you've retuned yourself.
Now, you love your yoga, don't you? I've tried a little bit of yoga, and I can't get on with it particularly because the pace of it is too slow for me. I've tried a bit of meditation, and I last about 10 seconds before my mind's whizzing and I'm just distracted and I'm all everywhere. I mean, the idea of this sounds great. I just don't think it's going to fit for me, though, James.
I was exactly the same, right? I tried to meditate. I couldn't. Bear in mind, I'm an ex-bodybuilder, an ex-gladiator, an ex-strongman. Playing gongs, it doesn't make sense, does it? But the reality is there's something in it. And what it does, the sounds almost put you into a forced meditation. And it creates this arena, if you like, for the body, which just helps you meditate. And it's not like just lying there. We have a monkey mind. Let's just accept we're wired to have a monkey mind. But you just have to accept that and shelve it. And relaxing is a skill. Yeah, it's like going to the gym. You can't just be a relaxed person. You have to practice at it. But if you persevere and practice with meditation, mindfulness, working on yourself, it can be life-changing for sleep, stress, anxiety, all aspects of your health.
And this actually isn't a new thing, is it? It's not like a new fad.
It sounds faddy, doesn't it? But
it does, but it's like an ancient ritual almost.
Well, gongs have been around for hundreds of years in different kind of ways. I mean, they were used to warn people for battle. They were used to get rid of ghosts and all kinds of things. But I think kind of as gong baths, as we know them now, were around in the 60s. There was a guy called Don Conroe, who's known as the godfather of gong. And he kind of brought it to life. But it's really become a huge thing. And the classes are just so busy. And people have, I mean, experiences you wouldn't believe. You couldn't make up what people come out with. I've had people go back to past lives. People have childhood traumas completely brought up, and then the next week had the best week of their lives.
So you can regress people while you're doing this?
It's about practising. It depends. The girl who did that had been to India on a breath retreat, and she was very spiritually tuned in. So it's not, you're not going to lie down there and suddenly be in Egypt.
OK, that's a relief. That's a relief.
Don't worry about that.
Can we talk about some of it? Because this is all you'll get. What are these gongs that you've got here?
So I've got 3 gongs with me today. In fact, should we have a go?
Yes, definitely.
Right. So I've got 3 gongs. This is a hand pan.
hand
I
pan.
tend to do different instruments along with it. So this is kind of a nice way to finish. So just lay yourselves down.
Oh.
Are we doing this on live TV?
Close your eyes.
Got to close our eyes as well.
Take a
Is
moment.
everyone going to run away?
No. Ready? And just maybe take a moment to track down the body anywhere you'd be holding stress, like you with your hands, your jaw. Soften everything.
This is so
Take
weird.
a few deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Relax. Keep those eyes shut. Slowly getting your breath back and try not to laugh.
Sorry.
I saw you looking through one eye. Gently take a big stretch. So a normal class will be about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But obviously...
That felt about 45 minutes. I'm not... sorry, I'm going to say... your playing was amazing.
Beautiful.
I mean, it's obviously not the right environment to be fully relaxed.
No, it's not. Especially
a live TV studio.
But it was beautiful, though.
The gongs, I'd love to come and do a proper class, James, so I could properly relax, because I can't, and I just wanted to know what you were doing.
So did I. I peeked at you.
Did you
peep at me?
Yeah.
There's a lot of peeking going on.
What's that?
Can I... This?
You want to try it?
Yeah. So...
This is a hand pan, so this is like handmade.
So you and each of these is it a little bit like a steel drum?
Yeah. So it was originally from the steel drum. Somebody in Switzerland decided to put a lid on top of it.
Yeah.
And thought actually this makes a really nice sound. But yeah, this is a really meditative one. It's like a deeper hand pan, so they come in different keys. But I really like this one. If you play that top middle note.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's got a really beautiful resonance. So the different resonances and a different sound, different people will react differently to them. So it's nice to mix it up with gongs, crystal bowls, hand pans, didgeridoo. So you can create either just a pure gong bath or a sound bath.
You're like completely addicted. You're just so addicted to this.
I think because I had I was very addicted to fitness, strength, and I had to move that somewhere else.
Yes.
And so music is really where it's gone. So I love the musicality of it, and obviously I love how it makes me feel as well.
Yeah.
The tones of this are so soothing as well.
Do you want to have a go on the gong?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I have to put a loincloth on?
No loincloth required. Well,
a little bit like Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
Shall we put it out to the viewers?
Poll.
WhatsApp. You can scan them.
the side.
Give it a little tap.
A little one.
Just gently start. Yeah, it's not like the
the start. Yeah.
Just gently start tapping.
That's
resonance
mine.
of that.
Let's listen to yours.
Yeah, you can do a bit of chanting.
That's the start of the Lion King. That's the Lion King.
I thought she was going to some organic chat, and then I realised...
And are these the same tone?
These two are the same. These are Saturn gongs, so these are tuned gongs. And if you're into astrology, it's, you know, that's another way you can look at it with Saturn, which is a very nice gong for moving forward in situations. This is a pasty symphonic gong, so these are tuned to a note, and these are a bit more, the notes are a bit more airy, if you like. But it's really nice to mix them up.
And you keep all of these in your house and you practice all the time?
My house is like a bring and buy sale. I mean, honestly, it's embarrassing. Like, people come round, they're like, there's gongs, there's handpans, there's crystal bowls, there's didgeridoos, and they're a bit like, where do you sit?
Now, what about your neighbours?
They love it. Yeah, they absolutely love it, my neighbours. So they actually, my neighbour messaged me yesterday. She said, I wondered if my son could have handpan lessons up here because she can hear me practising. So,
amazing.
Yeah, I think they seem to really enjoy it. But once you get going with the gongs, they're not actually that loud. They're kind of a little.
Well, the idea, yes, because the idea is
yeah,
it's a gentle sort of thing, rather than actually our instinct is to whack it. Because we've got 2 boys as well.
Give
so
it
that's
some
the
whirling.
first thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So can you do your circular breathing with the didgeridoo?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. But that was again, that was a lockdown thing because what did you do in lockdown?
Well, I looked after 2 small people.
Yeah, practice a lot of juggling.
Yeah.
Right. Are you a good juggler?
Yeah. Literally, we just got really good at juggling.
So I think there were certain skills that a lot of people either did nothing or they created new skills, didn't they? And for me, that's really where I blossomed in sound therapy because I had 2 years.
Yeah, of course.
Of just and I was like, right, I'm going to do 2 hours a day of whatever, whether it's half an hour on the didgeridoo, half an hour on the chimes, half an hour on the gong, half an hour on the handpan. And then by the end of it, I was like...
Now he's singing the Lion King.
Breathing in and breathing out at the same time. It's
hard. Amazing.
James, thank you so much
Lovely
for that.
To see you,
I know it wasn't the right setting, but
no.
it was brilliant. Really
It's
good.
an amazing sort of introduction to it. Do get in touch with us. Let us know if you've had an experience of a gong bath. Maybe James's hand panning regressed you at home somewhere.
And you all went back to Egypt. Let us know.
Exactly. Send us a postcard.
Amazing stuff. She went for a hot potato.
She's banging trouble here, look.
It was a whole potato as well.
John, you striped her up with one of your taters.
It was hotter than Hades. Danny is here now to talk to us. Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, how are you?
Did you stripe anybody up with your cakes and your bakes?
Yeah.
I had a go, Ben, I had a go.
How was it?
Have you done it, any of you?
No.
No.
It is hard work, and there's no help.
Was it stressful?
Were you expecting help?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, considering I've never baked. But they send loads of gear to your house, so I had mixers and all sorts of, like, apparatus, but I weren't really about, so I didn't practice. But then I thought, actually, I might have had a result because you get to keep all the gear, but then they don't. They come and pick it all up.
They took the gear back as well.
They send you loads of flour. I had about 800 eggs in my house all plotted up, but I had a go. I think it's such an amazing cause and stuff, you know, stand up to cancer. I watched my Danny do MasterChef.
Yes.
With lovely John.
Really well.
She got robbed on that, by the way, John.
What happened? Yeah.
Where she got elbowed a bit early.
She did not.
She done a nice bit of venison.
I praised her. She was wonderful. Incredible.
Anyway, I watched how hard that was, and that's weeks and weeks of it. I thought, the tent's only 2 days.
Right.
Yes.
Did our Alison give you a hand at any stage at all?
No, not really. She laughed at me a lot.
Sounds like Al.
She's lovely, Al. They're not allowed to help you.
Your cake that you were doing, that was quite a construction. What was the idea behind the cake?
Well, so basically, our week was your biggest failure, which is all you need in a cake. I've had many failures, and so the one that's quite PG and tame was that I did build myself into a wardrobe when I was younger.
What?
Wow.
Well, me and my missus got our first gaff, and we had a kid and stuff, and I tried to be the geezer, and I built a wardrobe into
like
a tiny...
flat
It was and it was in a tiny little room. So I was trying to create a walk-in wardrobe in Canning Town, and I put the back on it first, and then I couldn't get out. So I had to smash through the back of it to then get out of the wardrobe, which my missus still mocks me about today.
Funny that.
So basically, I tried to build... I'd done a cake with 8 layers of sponge, cut an hole in it, put myself in it with an hammer. And
it's like something from The Shining.
It was hard. It was hard, though, because you shouldn't put 8 layers of sponge...
You've got tilt, hadn't you?
Well, they had to do my one first because it was going to fall over.
Like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And when you said before...
Tower of Pisa, that's what it is.
Exactly. And when you said before you got all the apparatus arriving to your house, where were you then if you weren't there? Were you filming Julie Cooper?
Yeah, so not, it's a very surreal thing, me baking cakes, but me baking cakes with a moustache as well. I've got a great big Tom Selleck going on, so I was filming in Bristol. I didn't really have time. It does add to the madness of it, me with a great big tash, I must say.
But you were... So it's... There we go, there you go. I think it quite suits you, Dan.
He was
Well,
filming...
you've got to get on with it, innit? You know, it proves I'm a proper actor. So anyone out there doubts it, I can grow a tash.
You certainly committed your upper lip to the cause.
Absolutely, and so it's a really cool thing, Rivals, Disney thing, so there's a lot of tashes.
Dermot's wife is directing some of them.
Dee did a few episodes.
So, but it's one of Julie Cooper's novels, quite racy novel?
Yeah, it's filth, Ben.
But is it as filth with those teeth?
It's brilliant. You know, it's one of her better books. It's a real big cast with Tennant, Aidan Turner. It's got Catherine Parkinson in it. It's loads of us, you know, running around in the 80s, quite relevant at the moment. But
and what's your character?
I play a guy called Freddie Jones, who's like a billionaire.
Nice.
So I'm sort of based on Alan Sugar.
Oh, really?
And I talk Japanese in it.
So do you have...
So not only can I bake cakes, I can speak Japanese.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a great part. So it's a bit like Succession. That's all I'll say to you. There's a lot of people in it that you hate. But my character's really lovely, and everyone's trying to get his investment and stuff. And so he's a working class sort of rich man, and I loved it. I love the 80s anyway. The 80s for me, you know, it takes me back to my childhood and stuff. So it was a very lavish affair, and I loved it.
Yes. Now we're very excited as well because you have an exclusive announcement for us today, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to build it up too much.
Come on, we've got to build it up because it's big news.
Yeah, OK. Well, I'm doing Soccer Aid.
Yeah!
I got asked.
You've been asked?
I got asked for the second year. I had a little run out last year, and it's an amazing thing to do.
Yes.
Last year we raised over 14 mil. UNICEF, you know, the stuff they do, you don't realise.
That's amazing.
All around the world for kids with malnutrition and disease, you know, fighting all these things. And for us to play football, you've done it. I mean, why don't you do it no more? Let's have it right.
I'm very old and my knees aren't quite up to it. I've done 10 years. I did the first sort of 5 or 6, 7.
Yeah, you had a good run, didn't you?
Talk about filth. He is a bit on the football.
You did smash into someone and played someone's
One or
leg.
two. All the ex-Spurs players, though, Danny, so you'd approve. Don't worry. Edgar Davids, Berbatov.
It's such an experience, I must say.
And it's at Stamford Bridge this year?
It's at Stamford Bridge this year.
So you can walk home?
So I did play at Old Trafford.
Yes.
Yeah.
But some great people involved in it. And I'm going to have another go, I think. I'm honoured to be asked to do it again. So let's see what happens, you know? Let's see what happens.
Amazing stuff. So when is Bake Off? Someone in our ear. Sunday. So Sunday is your episode?
Yeah.
At 7:40.
7:40, get involved, donate, and let's fight cancer.
Amazing.
Excellent. Thank you. Good luck with that.
With soccer.
Very exciting day today because I've been invited to meet a Hollywood icon. Jake Gyllenhaal is here to talk about his brand new movie, Roadhouse. Now, this film is action-packed. There are some epic barroom brawls and there's more muscles than an episode of Gladiators. Now, it's actually a reimagining of the 1989 Patrick Swayze film that... honestly... Excuse me, guys, hello. I'm trying to deliver a line here. Do you mind? Anyway, as I was saying, Roadhouse is a reimagining of the classic 80s movie that sees Jake playing Elwood Dalton, an ex-UFC fighter hired as a bouncer at a Florida Keys bar that's being targeted by a violent crime gang.
I can pay you good money. Judging by your car, you need that.
Well, I like my car.
So, Jake, I mean, there's loads of heavy drinking, barroom brawls, semi-naked men, but enough about my uni years. Let's talk about Roadhouse. They made me say that, I'm sorry.
That's good. No, that was a good one. I like that.
Oh, haha.
I presume you're a fan of the original.
I am. And a huge fan of Patrick Swayze.
There feels like in this movie there's little nods, few lines that, you know, original fans will hear and recognise.
Yeah.
So you like to fight. You ever win?
No one ever wins a fight.
But you have taken it in its whole new direction as well. It feels fresh.
Outside of the lines, like, there are a lot of mirroring moments, you know, and I think Dalton, too, as a character, kind of keeps the same sort of spirit in him. He's an observer. He waits until he needs to move. You know, there's a stillness to him. And I definitely incorporated that from what Patrick had done. But this one has like a huge sense of humor. I just slapped you. Are you all right? What? The spirit of humor throughout the fights, even though they get brutal at times, is like always there.
We don't want to give away too many spoilers, but you sort of beat up a whole crowd of people and then you take them to the hospital.
Yes.
Is that one a friend of yours?
No, I just broke his arm.
Another thing I picked up on in the film, your character at one point is eating enchiladas, he's eating chips, he's eating tacos, right? And I was thinking, what was poor Jake Gyllenhaal eating?
He doesn't eat them, actually, if you notice.
He never actually eats it.
You know when you watch an actor in a scene and you're like, are they really eating that, you know? I wasn't really eating. I say thank you for it and I sit down and then the scene cuts. If you really look at it, she gives me enchiladas.
I never saw you take a bite, actually.
Yeah, no,
good point.
Exactly. No, I was on a strict regimen. Like, one chip would have really done the whole day.
The strict diet was necessary to give Dalton a physique capable of going toe-to-toe with ultra-violent gun-for-hire Knox, played by real-life UFC champion Conor McGregor in his first movie acting role.
Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smashing.
Was it a slightly daunting prospect having a guy that's designed to never miss and now he has to act fight?
Bringing those two worlds together is one of the coolest parts of this whole movie. The first shot we ever shot together was like the headbutt, where we're face to face. Every time I was like, what am I doing? At the same time I was like, oh my God, this is pretty cool. I was also like, totally terrified. It's not just Conor, actually, a number of fighters are in our movie. And it was really actually funny to me teaching professional fighters who would like totally kick my ass how to kick my ass.
Yeah. Here's how
so funny.
You beat me up.
Yeah, like, so that people really buy it. You know what I mean? It's just so, like, what also is great is when you're working with a professional fighter is that their ability to judge distance is unlike anyone else. To be working with someone who knows how to, like, judge that distance, there's a safety to that, too.
Yeah, you sort of feel they've got that control, it's almost built in.
Exactly.
But that's quite nice, actually, because, yeah, there are some...
quite nice, I don't know. A cup of tea is quite nice, but I don't know.
Good point.
Yeah.
You could have died. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I don't know, quite nice, but I'll take it, I guess. Yeah, it was quite nice. Yeah.
Before we go, we thought we'd do a little game,
Yeah.
and we're calling it the Jake Gyllenhaal Hall of Fame.
Wow,
like
that's
that?
great.
I know, there was a lot of work that went
Really?
into that.
Wow.
I'm glad you appreciate it. These are all movies that you have starred in. I want to see if you can get them.
I think I know that one
Go on.
already. Jarhead.
Jarhead.
Or it's Jar Crinkly Face.
Have you been in that movie?
I was in that movie too.
No one knows about that one. That was a B movie a few years
That's a B-side.
Yeah. Okay, next one. This one.
Night Baby.
What's the baby doing?
Crawling.
Nightcrawler. This one's a bit harder. There's nothing, no money in the wallet.
Brokeback Mountain. Oh, wow.
Come on.
I like that.
You know that's good.
That's good.
We're thinking where this is pointing down.
South Cat Paw.
You also weren't in Cat Paw.
Southpaw.
Southpaw.
That's good. That's
Correct.
Good. That's good.
And finally, come on.
Look at that. Road place. Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, come on! We're back on brand. We did it.
Maybe slow, but I got those.
You did.
So.
You got 5 out of 5, and as a
and I haven't even been hitting the head that much.
You've done so
So
well.
yeah, thanks.
I thought the only present I could think of was to get you a framed photo of a road to put in your house.
Oh wow!
You see the connection?
That is definitely not going in my house. So thank you so much for that.
You're so welcome, Jake. Thank you for being so much fun.
So
the
nice
movie is great. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. Cheers.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Excellent
Do you
stuff.
think that picture of the road has gone in his house?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
For sure. In his loo. And Lulu joins us now. I was just asking you how it feels when you watch that back. Does it feel like you're the same person? Does it bring back memories? What does it feel like?
Well, I've had to look at a lot of film and a lot of photographs because of celebrating the 60. Everyone's saying, you've got to celebrate it. And I was 75 in November. So there's got to be some celebration this year. And so I've had to look at things. And I remembered when I would look at pictures of myself immediately after they'd been taken and I was 15, I was like, oh, I'm too fat, I'm too this, I'm too... Teenage girls.
Yeah, of course.
Teenage girls are like. But now I look at them and I think, who is that little person?
Yeah.
It's kind of sweet. I'm thinking of 60 years, and this tour is going to be a sellout. It's very
emotional.
kind of
yeah,
a little bit emotional. Yeah.
What do you think, Lulu, if you could go back to that 15-year-old and sit down with her and have a chat, what do you think you'd tell her?
Less backcombing?
Never. Never. Less hairspray? Never. Not in the 60s. You're funny. Anyway, no, what would it be? Oh, I think everything is okay.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're okay. You're not too fat. You're not too short. You're not too all the things you think you are. Because I was very critical of myself. I still am, but not as much.
Sure. Yeah.
But what I do know is that I'm very, very lucky. And that's kind of also what I'm going to do on this tour. And I think it's like it's called Champagne for Lulu.
Oh, well, yeah.
Which is a nice, I thought it was, because that's
Brilliant.
Jennifer. Jennifer's, you know, her ab-fab thing she said. And then I added afterwards with family and friends. So I have family, not saying, and I don't want to say anything about what the content is. And then there are friends popping in.
Wow.
And you might be able to think of some of them. You might get it, you know, but it's going to be fun.
So there's collaborations on stage.
I am not saying a word.
Yeah, there's got to be.
There's got to be a surprise.
You've done enough Take That tours. They owe you.
Yeah, they do.
They owe you.
Actually, you know what? They did me a favour by putting me on that bloody record. I mean, I was reinvented, Joe. You know, came in and...
He's coming on to Loose Women, isn't he, after us?
Well,
yeah.
you know, it's like when I was young, I was always very anxious. I would hide it by being loud. I talk. I'm still pretty much that person, but... the anxiety I would not talk about. I would be afraid. I would keep it, you know, hidden. Try to be cool, you know what I mean? And trying to be cool, maybe in that accent.
That would be better, yeah.
Not very. But today, I'm not as anxious because I kind of feel connected, more connected, and I know that's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
I want to connect. I want to feel connected. Yeah. I don't want to feel separate from you.
No.
I don't want to feel separate from anybody or nervous.
Did you
and that's the meditation has helped with that, you know.
Oh, the gong bath.
Did you see our gong baths before?
I did.
Have you ever done that?
No, and I don't think it matters what form of meditation you do, but today it's one of the most important things in my life. 40 years I've been doing it.
Did you know Harry then? You just mentioned Harry Redknapp. Did you know him through the 60s? Did you know him when he was playing?
I didn't really know Harry. I probably met him. I mean, Alex Ferguson was my friend.
Yeah.
And still is. But I knew Harry's son. I met through Take That.
You met Jamie?
I knew Jamie through... Yeah, and so now I feel like if I haven't met someone or worked with them, I know someone who knows them.
Sure.
Yeah.
So there's that...
One way or another.
Like you.
Yeah, one way or the other.
I now feel I've known you for quite some time.
Long time I've been interviewing you over the years.
Right. Oh. And last time, though, was in America.
Yeah.
With our brilliant friend Nigel.
True.
Yeah.
But so what's happening with this tour? This doesn't mean that you're retiring. It doesn't mean you're slowing down. It doesn't mean you're stopping. You're just not going to tour anymore, essentially.
It's the touring thing. I'm not going to stop working. Retirement to me is a filthy word because I am very active person. I've got a lot of energy, but the touring I want to do. I mean, I just did a film with Diane Keaton last year, which was so much fun. Exciting. Diane is looking for another project for us because we hit it off so well. I've been studying acting. I mean, in fact, Damian Lewis was on yesterday.
Yes, he was, yeah.
Now, Helen, his wife, I loved her so much. And because of her, because I admired her, I found a coach who had worked with her, and I've been working with that coach for 6-7 years now.
Is that right?
So I've learned the acting techniques before I would be winging it. I have a feel for it, you know? Yeah. But I wasn't ever trained like she was.
So you started training in acting in your 60s? Having done loads of films and loads of acting already?
With Sidney Poitier and...
And so I love the idea that you still feel like you're learning now, though.
I think it's so important. And I think, you know, I heard the thing you were talking about with the food. You know, it's very important to what you eat. You know, how do you live to 100? I don't know if I want to live to 100 necessarily, but for however long I live for, I think we would all agree that it's about being, God bless us, you know, all pleased with good health.
Yeah.
And if we take care of ourselves, and I think because I am extremely disciplined, I have managed to kind of keep going and, you know, I'm agile and I'm not...
Yeah.
You know, thank you, God, you know.
I think also the other thing is you love what you do. I was talking to the boys about that and said, because sometimes they're like, Mom, don't go to work. And I'm like, no, but I'm so lucky. I love what I do. And it's so important. If you can find something that you love,
That's a very, very important point. Now that I'm so old, people say, what advice would you give? And I say, well, don't ask me to give advice, you know. But in fact, that's maybe the piece of advice I would give to a young person. Find what you love, if you can, and make that your job. I'm sure you're the same.
Find something you love, you never work a day in your life, right?
You know what
That's
I'm
the
saying?
reality. Yeah, too right.
So I have that. I always say I'm lucky. And I always say I have angels on my shoulders because I still love what I do.
Yeah.
So Champagne for Lulu, it's sellout? Can people still get tickets?
I think it's just
Lulu?
about totally sold out.
Oh, my days.
Maybe Gateshead, there's some tickets. There's some Gateshead, I think maybe,
Are you
but not
looking to your
many.
tour
But not
manager?
many. And then Aberdeen is a couple, but not many.
OK.
So, great.
It's going to be absolutely fabulous for you to get back out there.
Absolutely, you said the right word.
It's
It's
right
got
there.
it all down.
Champagne for Lulu. It's as simple as that.
Celebration.
Thank you so much for coming in and just being magical. It's just really, really... It's always a treat to meet because I think, as you say, you just embody that energy and that enthusiasm for love.
And I think, you know, that connecting thing with my fans, I have the most unbelievable fans who've supported me for 60 years.
Yeah,
and then there's been new ones along the way. So this is kind of a thank you as well.
Amazing.
So that it's a big party, a connected thing.
They're
All
gonna
about the love.
absolutely
I think
love
I
it.
might find myself to the Palladium, maybe.
I think you might.
Yes, when you say friends and... Are
Yeah,
you,
I'm
is
there.
there a
Old
collaboration?
friends.
I'm not going on stage.
Oh,
She wants an
wait a
audience,
minute,
but I'll be there.
wait a
I
minute.
think
You
you've just
never
sold that
know.
for a duet.
Lewis is here now. Good morning.
Good morning, hello.
Good morning. Your big tour. This is a treat to have you here in the studio.
Very nice to be here.
It's-
Trying to sell tickets.
Quite right,
Yeah,
too.
it's not every show's sold out. Some of them.
Some of them might be available, but some people are surprised that you're actually doing music because they know you so well from all the acting roles and everything
What
like that.
came first, Damien, the acting or the singing? Being known?
It was all happening at the same time. I used to busk. Busked in the tubes here in London. Then I had a motorbike and a tent, and I went down through Europe and busked all through the summers, down through Europe. And in fact, one of the songs, Zaragoza, is about me getting stuck in the Pyrenees as I was going over on my motorbike one night. And then acting just sort of took over.
Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to concentrate on being a serious actor, and I took it seriously. And you know, you take a fork in the road, and then your initial idea sort of you get further and further away from it, and then it was locked down like it was for so many people.
The pandemic happened.
Yeah, I thought, why not? I wonder if we could just have a go a bit more seriously, make it a bit more formal. Yeah, have a go.
Because you're a brilliant musician and a great singer, and I assume that there were times, rap do's and bits and pieces, where you grab a guitar and busk and play and jam with a few of your castmates.
Oh, yeah.
A bit of that.
Yeah, you couldn't shut me up at a rap party. But amazingly, working in America, and particularly as much as I have, it's like your whole sound department, it turns out that's a whole rhythm section. They're all brilliant drummers and bassists and everything. So you could always put bands together, and we did at the end of Homeland, we did at the end of Life, a show I made for Universal. We were called The Breezeways.
You actually had a name, you named it as well.
We went down, we played at Ford's filling station down in Culver City, which was Harrison Ford's son's restaurant, bar down there, and we had a gig down there. And so, yeah, we were always doing that in a fun kind of way. We were having fun, I hope. I hope other people were. And now it's just happening a bit more in a bit more of a real way, which is so much fun.
Well, because you've got your album out, Mission Creep.
Yeah.
Was that a fun process to do, or did you start off and then kind of got rid of songs along the way, or how did it work?
No, and if I'd written a song, it went on the record.
I did it.
I've written 10 songs. That feels like quite a lot of stick them on the record.
So you haven't had any kicking about since your teenage years that you've been thinking, that's what I played in Prague when I was on my year off on busking?
I looked at some of my old songs and they were so terrible. I humiliated myself looking at them, and I thought, so I didn't really feel comfortable writing songs, and then I just went with Mission Creep. I felt very comfortable. Came a very particular time in my life. You know, just quite some quite personal songs on there. You know, people will know about Helen, my gorgeous late wife. So there are one or two personal songs on there. I suppose it's quite an intimate album for that reason. But but there's a song on there about spies, because I made a TV show called
Is it
What's the show I made?
Spy Among Us?
Spy Among Friends.
Spy
Thank
Among
you very
Friends,
much.
that's what it was, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Spy Among Friends.
He's on tour.
So there are lots of different sort of songs on.
Because it was the pandemic, you were saying you started writing, and obviously we spoke to you guys a lot during the pandemic because you and Helen and the team were doing so much to help getting food to frontline people as well and workers.
Yeah.
And I'd imagine being in the house with the family in the pandemic and suddenly Dad's writing music and writing songs. I mean, that can go one or two ways with the family. I mean, were they encouraging?
It's this emoji.
Yeah.
Dad, really.
How's that shift been from them to see Dad talking about doing this, actually going on the road, and now being seen as a bona fide rock star?
They're being really sweet.
Aww.
They're being really sweet about it, and actually, they're really talented musicians themselves. There they are, Manon and Gully, and they're really good musicians themselves. And I think it can be a bit annoying that your dad's doing music when actually that's the thing you thought you were doing. I said, I thought you were an actor, and then, wow, why are you playing music? But I just keep saying to them, you're much more talented than I am, and so just keep doing your own thing anyway. So, but I think everyone's quite enjoying it. You know, it's.
Have you had them on stage with you yet? Because they are brilliant. Because I've seen you play with Gully.
I keep trying to tell them, come on, family band, when's it going to happen? The Osmonds did it.
They did, yeah. The Cores did it.
Cores did it.
The Lewises, come on.
Have you heard of the Jackson 5? I see a Lewis 3 in the road, and there's absolutely not a chance in hell they'll ever do it with me.
And are you going to be playing football? Because that was where you guys met,
when we
didn't
first met.
You called him filthy, by the way. I heard you on Chris Evans.
Filthy player.
He's not the first, he won't be the last.
But we needed him.
Yes. The good news was I was on his side.
He was a stopper. He was a stopper. Good tackle.
Was he? He fought rugby.
Very fit. Very athletic.
We had the best time.
But you're not going to play again, are you?
I'm not this year, no. Knees, retired knees. The last time I played was against your old school for an old boys' side. I thought that was probably the last thing I should do.
Thanks for coming today.
People can get on tour, see you on tour. Where are you next?
Please come and see us. Watford Palace Theatre tomorrow, Wednesday, and then Oxford at the O2 Academy Friday, and then Stroud on Sunday, Poole on Monday.
He's going to keep listing these, but we throw you. The Loose Women are coming up. Christine?
Everyone's doing this.